Can you give me a hug? I love you. Oh, Hudson, give me a hug.
Are you gonna
Love
go
you.
on?
Oh.
Are you gonna go on that?
I'm gonna go on that airplane. Bye,
What?
honey. I love you. Mwah.
Are you gonna go on a Vivo?
Bye, Dad. I love you.
See you, man.
Mwah.
Are you gonna go on a Vivo?
Today, guys, I am off to England. I live on Salzburg Island now, so I have to take a float plane first and then fly over there. We're gonna go check on the progress of Hill helicopters and how the prototypes are coming along. Let's go. And that's the plane we're gonna be taking over to Vancouver. Thanks to Odin, the pilot, took us safely over here. He's actually a fan of the channel, so thanks Odin, and appreciate it. And now we're going to be boarding the next flight and heading over to Calgary and then over to England. All right, now we've arrived in Calgary. On to the next flight, last leg. There we go. How are you? Good. Good, thanks. Yeah, good. All right, guys, we got the car now. We are ready to go. We're heading up. We're just by London here, by Heathrow, heading up about 2.5 hours to the north and meeting up with Jace tonight for some dinner. So let's get going. All right, we made it. Nice place. Haven't been to this hotel before. It looks really nice. This is where the English footballers play. Kind of cool. Okay, meeting complete. Now it's time for dinner. There he is. You told me that one. I can't say that. How are you? Still walking? I'm still walking. Hi. I'm still standing. How's it going? Morning, you guys. Why don't we head over to the Hill DC, the development center, and see what kind of progress is being made over there. It's going to be nice to see the fuselages and all the components that they're making, the gears, bearings, all that kind of stuff. Been waiting a long time to see it, and it's good to be back here in the UK and go have a look at what they're up to.
And then I can pull collective here and see power increase, and the rotor and engine RPM just stays right on the money.
Wow.
So we do some pretty significant inputs here, and you see very small deflections on the rotor speeds. So.
Amazing.
So this is just showing torque right now. It's not the aggregate, like first line sort of stuff. But.
Yeah. So on airframe 2 here, you guys can see this kind of like the evolution of the different airframes. This one has the foam inserts, so this is for all the pillars and everything. You get these foam inserts inside here, and then you get another layer of carbon fiber that goes over top of these foams, and so that creates the strength of the structure. Well, it's part of the strength of the structure. This is the new CMM machine. This is the one that can measure the accuracy of the gears and all the bearings, every component that is being made down to 0.06 of a micron. So absolutely incredible to be able to see what machines like this can do. This is a game changer in being able to make sure that we can test all the components that we're making out there on the shop floor and make sure that they're actually hitting the standards that they need to be hitting. So really important stuff. Check out DC number 2 and see how fuselage 5 is getting on. It's easier overall. Right. So what would be the drawback? Is it there's no weight difference, right? It's same weight. So if not, then there's really no reason why you wouldn't, right? Like, one guy. What's going on here? Come on, let's see. This one. That is very nice. Jace, you guys have built a pretty strong helicopter here. Dave? Yeah. Nice work. Yeah. She's strong. Yeah, and light. Alright, you guys, that was a epic trip. Very fun. I am just on my way back to London Heathrow right now. I'm a few minutes away, and man, that was a jam-packed trip. There was a lot going on, a lot of meetings, and a lot of catching up on all the progress that's been happening at Hill here. Okay guys, almost back home. I've got one little flight left in Beaver, I think it's going to be, or an Otter, one or the other, back over to Salt Spring Island. Okay, so to review, it's been an amazing trip, incredibly busy, action-packed, jam-packed. It was great to see Jason and the family. Great to see the progress that's been made. You know, I showed you lots of clips of what's been going on, but there's the really exciting things. That Airframe 5 that I showed you guys, that is near perfection. So they're going to do one more little tweak to it, basically, a couple little changes. But that's basically a flight-ready airframe, very, very close to that. So that's incredibly exciting. You know, some of these things that you're looking at don't look impressive when you just look at them, you know, at a glance. But when you know what's gone into actually being able to produce that and having them be able to produce those things in-house, it's absolutely groundbreaking, incredible. You know, there's a bearing on the helicopter. Let me just grab that bearing for you. Okay, so this bearing right here, Jace gave me this one. It's an early model, and this is when they're still doing some testing to it. But the bearing that I showed you guys that I filmed at the DC there at the development center has now hit all the tolerances that you need to be able to create this bearing. This is it blows my mind. just me handling this, just holding this in my hand, has warmed this up to a point where it goes outside of its tolerances. So, you know, little tiny things like temperature make such a huge difference in these things actually being in tolerance or not intolerance when they're manufactured. And so it's such a crazy thing that now they've actually proven that they can, and they have built their own in-house bearings. I just want to tell you how big of a deal that is. I can't give you the exact prices, but to buy one of these bearings right here, this is a bearing in the engine. One of these bearings is thousands and thousands of dollars if you buy it off the shelf. For them to manufacture this in-house is hundreds of dollars. The difference is astronomical. So being able to do these types of things in-house, they're incredibly difficult, complex things to do. And everybody told them they were crazy to do it, but now they've done it. And that's such an exciting step. Gears is another one, to be able to produce their own in-house gears for the helicopter. Again, the cost of these types of things when you just go buy them off the shelf, it gets prohibitive very quickly. And so being able to do those in-house is incredibly important as well. And now they've proven that they have built, not our building, they have built in spec, tested gears for the gearbox and for the engine and so forth as well. So many things that are happening. It's the small things, the detail things that make such a big difference. You know, everybody wants to see the whole helicopter together and flying and so forth. That's coming. They're building it, but it's one piece like this at a time. And once they've got all these things proven out and tested, then they're able to build all the other stuff and put it together very, very quickly. So you're going to see the helicopter now over the coming months start to come together very quickly. The engine and all the different components of the inside of the airframe and the whole drivetrain. They were just grinding the last gear for the entire drivetrain while I was there. That's actually what I showed you in the CNC machine there as well. So just really incredible stuff, exciting to see the progress that's happening. And even though it doesn't necessarily look like big things that are going on, there's so much stuff happening there that it's really, really exciting. So I was glad I went on the trip. I'm going to be glad to go back to my family and be home. But it was definitely worthwhile being there. And I hope you guys enjoyed being along for the journey and coming along for the ride. I'm definitely going to take you guys with me on the next trip that I do over there as well. There's a big event coming at the end of this year. We're just announcing it as well to our client base and everybody. And so it's going to be a client-only event. It's happening in December, where the entire prototype, the entire aircraft, is going to be revealed. So stay tuned for that, because that's going to be a very exciting time. But anyways, thanks for being here, and we'll talk to you guys again soon.